What's up, y'all? It's Friday. My name is Austin. I work here at Serenity House, where I got clean on October 19th of 2014. Thank God it's Friday, and because it is, we get to wear some lax clothes. I got my Serenity, Texas car show swag on, and my FCA hat that a friend of mine gave me. A really good friend of mine that, man, I'm grateful for that organization. And I have a son that's 16 that's in high school sports, and I know how important it is, and how, man, I got a friend that really connects with some kids. And so, all that being said, let's start this Friday off with a just for today. Risking vulnerability. As we grow, we learn to overcome the tendency to run and hide from ourselves and our feelings. Rather than risk vulnerability, many of us have developed habits that keep others at a safe distance. These patterns of emotional isolation can give us the feeling we are hopelessly locked behind our masks. We used to take risks with our lives, now we can take risks with our feelings. Through sharing with other addicts, we learn that we are not unique. We do not make ourselves unduly vulnerable simply by letting others know who we are, for we are in good company. And by working the 12 steps of the NA program, we grow and change. We no longer want or need to hide our emerging selves. We are offered the opportunity to shed the emotional camouflage we developed to survive our active addiction. By opening ourselves to others, we risk becoming vulnerable, but that risk is well worth the rewards. With the help of our sponsor and other recovering addicts, we learn how to express our feelings honestly and openly. In turn, we become nourished and encouraged by the unconditional love of our companions. As we practice spiritual principles, we find strength and freedom both in ourselves and in those around us. We are set free to be ourselves and enjoy the company of fellow addicts. Just for today, I will openly and honestly share with another recovering addict. I will risk becoming vulnerable and celebrate myself and my friendship with other NA members. I will grow. When I get here, and some of y'all might be similar, I have all of these things that I have let just grow into these big lies in my life, or strongholds, or just like all these barriers to break, because for so long I believed, or I just haven't addressed something for so long that it's turned into this big thing. For me personally, when I got here and was able to open up and share with somebody else, those things turned out to be really simple. Some bad things happened. I responded like anybody would in that situation. And then I continued to respond in that for a long period of time, and never learned how to emotionally mature and grow up and respond healthy ways, or learn healthy, coping mechanisms. And so when I get to the exact nature of my wrongs, I find out it's not this really complex thing. It's actually something that can be changed. I can visit that, get some freedom from it, identify. And y'all probably hear me say this a lot. The biggest thing for me is just identifying what I'm feeling and what's going on. And then the solution kind of falls in right behind it. Usually, once you know what's wrong, it's easy to find the solution. It's not always easy to apply it. And sometimes it takes a longer period of time for me than it does other people, because I'm kind of hard-headed. But I'm really grateful for this program. I've been able to sit down and talk about some things that I thought were just this huge, really hard, sensitive place inside me, and come to find out it was well worth the risk. And I got to find out that things are a little simpler than what I thought they were, and there is a solution that's a lot simpler than what I thought it was, or that there actually is a solution. Because for so long I thought I was always going to feel this way, and I was always going to behave certain ways, only to find out, sitting down and identifying and talking to somebody about it, I have a choice today. I'm really grateful for this program. There was some things it talks about we are not unique in here, and I thought that I was one of those people that just was going to always be the way I was, because I was dealt a really hard hand. And I don't say that for you to feel sorry for me. I was raised by addicts in a really violent world with drugs everywhere, in a really sad, barren wasteland of West Texas. And so the other side of that is I became really resilient and was able to get through some hard situations. And so there's assets right there. It's not all a sad story, and I would do it all over again to be where I'm at in my life today. So I'm grateful for it. I had to come to Narcotics Anonymous and get clean and do some step work to find that out, that I would do it all over again just to get to where my life is at today. I pray that you become willing to open up to others. And it talks about in here that we become nourished and encouraged by the unconditional love of our companions. That has been my experience in Narcotics Anonymous. And it started with some sponsors that loved on me unconditionally. Now my wife, my son loves me unconditionally. I'm just grateful that I was able, because I thought that nobody was ever going to love me and that they had the right to not ever love me, right? Because of the things I had done. Come to find out, there is unconditional love, and I got to get to a place where I can receive it. I hope y'all have a really good weekend. Thank y'all for tuning in. We will see you on Monday.